Hey, what's up, Dividend Nomads? Welcome back to the channel. Man, our portfolios have been beat up over the past couple of days. So that brings me to today's video. Can you actually live out of these portfolios, out of these Yieldmax funds? Is it possible? Now, short answer, yes. Long answer, maybe. It depends on you a lot. So let's talk about that today. Actually, I just tried to make a video for you guys outside, but my hands were so cold. I was like, it's really cold outside here in China right now. So I decided to just come back inside and do a normal video. But anyway, I just want to share some thoughts with you guys today. No portfolio update or nothing like that. I'm going to do that tomorrow, actually, because I'll get my dividends tonight. So stay tuned for tomorrow for the portfolio update. But anyway, I want to share some thoughts with you guys about living out of your Yieldmax portfolio and about some of the mistakes and assumptions that I made. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because I see a lot of other people making these same assumptions, the same mistakes, and you don't really realize it until you actually dive in and get your hands dirty. You know what I mean? Like you start doing this thing, and then you actually realize like, oh, if I want to make this work, I need to do this thing, I need to do that thing, I need to do this and that, and you can really learn a lot from paying close attention to other people as well. So let's talk about some of these thoughts. So the first thing I'll share with you is a mistake or an assumption that I made, which was wrong. So first of all, and I see this in the comments a lot too, where people talk about these kind of things. They think like, oh, I don't know, like I make $5,000 a month in my job. So if I build these Yieldmax funds where they pay me $5,000 a month, I can quit my miserable job. Not really. First of all, we all know that the dividends do fluctuate, right? Sometimes you may get a lot of money. Sometimes you may not get a lot, right? We don't really know exactly how much you're going to get. Secondly, most of the Yieldmax funds do have price decline, or as you guys like to call it, NAV erosion, right? The prices do go down. Doesn't mean the portfolios don't grow, because if you reinvest in the dividends, your portfolio will grow. I've been tracking mine meticulously, and actually Schwab says I'm up like 95% year to date. So that's crazy. But, that's total return, not market return, but total return. But anyway, that's besides the point. The thing is, you got to keep putting money back into these in order for them to grow, right? If you're taking out 100% of the dividend, your capital will slowly go down. So how do you live out of these? And in my thought, or in my head, and also some of the things I've seen, I would really say you would need 2 or 3x your salary. And let me share with you why, right? Actually, I feel more comfortable myself having 3x the salary. And the reason for that being, just for example, let's take the $5,000 example. Say I'm spending $5,000 a month to live, and my portfolio is generating $15,000 a month. I can take that $5,000 out to live off of, but I can still reinvest $10,000 a month, so my portfolio continues to grow. I continue to buy more shares. I continue to get more income, and eventually that $5,000 a month I'm living off of, maybe $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 as time goes on, and I slowly keep reinvesting these dividends and growing the portfolio to a higher level. So you got to be putting money back in to keep it growing, or at least to keep the income stable. So I think if you have 3 extra salary, your portfolio will grow probably a lot. If it's only 2 extra salary, your portfolio can still grow, but it's not going to grow as much or grow as fast. And I would rather it grow faster and grow a lot more. So that's why I would rather have 3x my salary instead of 2x. So that's my thought on how much you actually need. I would say my idea would be aim for 3x your salary if you actually want to make this work and live off of it. Now, the second thing that I want to mention is if you want this to happen, right, it can be a very slow process. It really depends on how much money you're putting in. And that's why, if you can do it, it's better to use other people's money. And I'll tell you why I say that, even though I'm not doing it right now. I'll tell you why I've said it and also what I'm thinking about doing. But what I've seen, let's just take my buddy Kamar, for example, right? Kamar, he's making right now, I think like 40 or 50,000 a month, somewhere in the neighborhood of that in his portfolios. And he's using other people's money. Now, even though he's been using other people's money pretty much this entire time, his journey has been at least 2 years, if not more. It's taken him 2 years of using other people's money to generate that, 30, 40, $50,000 a month in income. And so if you're doing this with your own money without using other people's money, it's going to take you a lot longer. If you just look at him, for example, he's done like I said, it's been over 2 years of using other people's money to get to that level where he's at, to have, a lot of income you can live off of, and you can keep reinvesting and growing your portfolio. It's taken 2 years to get that far with other people's money. So if you want to do it with your own money, it's going to take you a lot longer. It's going to take you 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. It really depends on how much money you're actually putting in of your own money. How much money can you afford to put in? If you're putting in $100 a month, it's going to take you a long time. If you're putting in $1,000 a month, it's going to take you a long time. That's just the name of the game. It's patience. You got to have patience to wait this thing out, and you have to have the consistency to keep doing it and doing it and doing it, day in, day out, year after year, right? It's going to take you a long time. So you got to be prepared to have this level of patience, or you got to be prepared to go ahead and get out of your comfort zone and start using other people's money if you want to, fast track your portfolio and fast track your way to an early retirement or financial freedom or whatever it is you're seeking, right? So like myself, for example, I have a lot of cash, in the bank on the sideline that I could put into my portfolio, and I could instantly generate a lot of money. Why don't I do that? Several reasons. Number one, I don't want to use my own cash and then I don't have any money. If their emergency comes up, now I got to sell my stuff, and I may even be selling at a loss because I just put that money in the market. You don't know what's going to happen in the market. It could go down. You could lose money really fast. And if I put my own money there and say a medical emergency comes up, I need to help a family member or something like that, and the only way to have cash is to sell all my stuff, and then I sell for a loss, right? You don't want to do that. That's why some people, like myself, I would rather use somebody else's money to grow my portfolio, especially while I'm still working, so that way I can still have my large cash reserve on the side for those emergencies, and I won't lose money from, take away from my income and lower my income or sell off things and lose a ton of money over that, when I can just use somebody else's money to generate the income and still have a massive cash reserve. So that's why I don't inject a bunch of my own cash to grow my portfolio at a rapid level. I mean, I could put $100,000 in it tomorrow, and you put $100,000 in Misty, you're already getting like $10,000 a month. I could do that tomorrow if I wanted, but in my bank account, it's going to be empty. And you don't want to empty your bank account out to do this. That's why it's better to keep your money, use other people's money, grow your account, especially if you're working. Like in my case, I've got 3 portfolios. Actually, I'm generating anywhere between $10,000 to $12,000 a month between all 3 of my portfolios. And I'm also working like a part-time job, work like 20 hours a week here in China, and I'm getting about $5,000 a month. So any given month, I'm making, $15,000, $16,000 a month. But, I only spend like $1,200 a month to live. So I'm making all this money, I'm not spending much money, and my cash is piling up on the side. I'm building a massive cash reserve for whatever. If I want to like buy a house or something like that, like say if I want to go to Thailand to buy a condo, I can go to Thailand and pay cash, bam, buy a condo, I'd be done with it. When it's done, bam. But I have that option because I have this massive cash over here on the side, and I don't have to use, take out a loan or something like that. I would rather take out a loan or use margin, use other people's money to generate more income. And the best way to do that, and with Yieldmax, would be, you're taking a margin loan from your broker and buying something like Misty or Coney, something with a super high yield and generating lots of income while you're still working. And then when you get ready to pull the plug on your job, let that dividend income pay off your margin completely. Then you can quit your job, and now you have a massive cash flow of income to live off of and to reinvest and grow your portfolio bigger and bigger and bigger. And so that's my thoughts on how to make it work in terms of having financial freedom, quitting your job and doing all these things. Just want to share that with you guys. And tomorrow I'll put a video up of my portfolio, share with you what I bought and how much I received and all this and that good stuff. All right. So stay tuned for that video. And then also don't forget, I started a Roth IRA channel. No videos there yet, but I will be posting videos on the Roth to Riches channel. I'll put a link to that here on the screen now. And I'll see y'all on the next video.